Greetings, folks. This is Xiao-Fury. I know it's been a while since I've spoken. I do apologize. Just busy, I guess. I want to talk briefly about She-Hulk. Now, this show is so disgusting that I didn't even want to watch the reviews, but I glimpsed in, and I think it came to its finale. So the women in charge of She-Hulk, all feminists, all activists, working along with Disney, their aha gotcha moment is, we deliberately made this show to get on the fans' nerves. And they just assumed that it was only men watching the show because they trolled, quote unquote, men. And even included, if I'm not mistaken, those tweets that the people were upset about how the show was running, included it on the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. And now they're saying, yeah, you see, we deliberately made fun and made the show stupid, the twerking and the inconsistent messaging, such as She-Hulk being upset that, she can control her anger better, and the catcallings, and, that's the most I remember about that show because I refuse to watch it. But apparently, the star of the show and her producers say that that was all part of the plan to deliberately upset the fans and that they had fun doing it. Really. I don't believe for 1 second that the purpose of making that garbage She-Hulk was to deliberately make people angry. Because in the beginning, the producers, that all-female team, they admitted that they didn't have any ideas on what to do with the show. So what they did, being the dumb new age feminists that they are, they inserted their politics into She-Hulk. And it's not because they were trolling the fans. It's that new age feminist politics don't make any sense. Again, I'll try to explain it better. Jen, or She-Hulk, in the first episode, I think that was the first episode, complained to the Hulk about, how she gets catcalled and quote-unquote mansplained, and that her coming against such things can outright get her killed or something like that. Again, this is what the New Age feminists argue. They'll take something that could actually happen to a woman and exaggerate it to the bone. I mean, yes, I have a job and I work around mostly men, which I'm glad. But I've worked around rotten men who really don't like when a woman talks back to them, even when the man is clearly wrong. I've experienced sexism. I've had uncomfortable catcalls. Because for the most part, catcalls are fine. We know that catcalls get out of hand when a man that I don't even know is talking to me using, let's call it, bedroom banter. Giving me the naughty talk. I was like, wait a minute, who are you? Are you talking to me in this way? And to be even more descriptive, I'm sorry, because nowadays you have to be when it's coming to, well, what exactly is offensive about a catcall? Talking about what's underneath my clothing so openly. Just like, wait, who are you? Are you saying all this stuff? Do I know you like that? And of course, rap songs today, extremely sexist, calling the female body parts all type of gross names. But then, if I'm not mistaken, that Megan Thee Stallion woman who appeared in one of the episodes, the infamous twerking episode, she does that to herself. She says gross, nasty things about her own body. And that brings us back to how hypocritical and stupid the She-Hulk show is, because as I was saying, Jen was complaining about, catcalls. But in the episode where she's twerking, okay, how can you complain about being sexualized when you were clearly doing that to yourself? And then there was an episode when she was just looking to get laid, and I think the man that she wound up getting turned her down because she wound up using what's called catfishing. I think she advertised herself as She-Hulk, and when the man came in thinking that he was going to go out with She-Hulk, it was Jen, as her human form. Then I think she just like, well, when the guy turned her down for lying. This is trolling. This is trolling. You're just showing how hypocritical the feminist movement is. How you want men to submit to, keep your hands to yourself, don't flirt with women, don't do anything to a woman. Yet throughout the episode, She-Hulk did just that. She was the doggone fence. And what the feminists, of course, they're trying to behave as if, this was all part of our plan. We were just trolling you guys. No, this is how the feminists are. This is how they are. You complain about being objectified by men, yet you do it to yourselves. You don't want men catcalling you, but you want the liberty to make sexual flirts and gestures at men. Kind of like how she was talking about Captain America's butt and apparently making jabs about him being a virgin man till his death. So no, there was no aha gotcha moment. You just revealed how gross and stupid the feminist movement is. All right? They can say, yeah, we got you guys all you want, but the phrase get woke, go broke, I don't know who actually coined that, but it holds so much validity. Because let me turn the page to G4. I've never in my lifetime watched that show. Apparently it was a game show, and sometime in his lifespan it was popular because it talked about video games, and apparently they had pretty girls on there acting like skanks. No offense, but it's gotta call it like it is. They're pretty girls, and they were doing skanky things, and that attracted a lot of audience. I suppose that formula worked, but I definitely disagree with the objectifying of the women. But again, and even in that scenario, the girls did that to themselves. However, it seems like nobody complained about it. If it was a mostly male audience, then I get why there were fewer complaints. I personally disagree with it. But then I never watched that show anyhow. My point, going back. They decided to invite this woman, Frosk. And although she made mention of these two girls not being there to be eye candy, but they were actually being paid to be female entertainers. Like I say, I disagree with that part of it, but this woman Frosk went on this crazy rant, calling the men sexes, and it was just an unhinged, stupid rant from an unattractive feminist woman. The only thing I can agree to without agreeing with the women being acting like skanks is, okay, look, men are attracted to pretty girls. Not just pretty girls, but sexy girls. And if you take away, hostess from the show that were meant to draw in men's attention, making them pretty and hopefully not overt sexual, but it seems like they had them overtly sexual, at least from what I've heard. Again, I haven't watched that show. Did not watch that show, rather. I'm sorry, you really can't then get mad at the fans, particularly the male fans, because the show had pretty girls who brought in attention. Get what I'm saying? But Frosk, who was very unattractive, looked like not even a tomboy. She kind of just looked like a knockoff young man. And then she go on the show ranting and raving, blaming the men, making them feel disgusted. In other words, chasing the fans away. Yeah, just like what She-Hulk is doing. And we see what happened to G4. First, some layoffs. And then she got away from being laid off, and then bragged about it, saying, hey, I survived. Who wants to play video games? Ooh, yeah. Like, that's a fine thing to do. Let's just go boast about the fact that everybody else lost their job except me. Let's go play some games. Of course, that didn't age well. Then eventually she got fired. And then, in the end, the whole G4 revival died. Now, again, get woke, go broke. And this is exactly what She-Hulk. She-Hulk is going to end up the same way. It is going to absolutely end up the same way. And I'm even hoping, I know this sounds mean-spirited, but I'm even hoping that this just happens to Disney, period. You attacked the fans, you told them if you don't like it, don't watch it, peace. I think Frost said that. And how many times have we heard this from these feminists? If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like the book, don't read it. You know, okay, and the fans do that. The majority of the male fans, and the female fans, well, if there aren't any. And then they go broke. So She-Hulk is going to get a taste of that medicine real soon. Trust me, it will happen because it's a tried and true formula. So I suppose that's it. As far as, you know, because I liked She-Hulk in the beginning, you know, when I learned about her character, not this attorney at law crap. So it is annoying that they take She-Hulk and just destroy her, turn her into a big green feminist Karen. Oh, but that was all part of our plan. No, it wasn't. Because the feminist movement, you are all a bunch of green, stupid Karens. And you tried to incorporate into a show to make like, yeah, this was part of our plan. No, it was not. You revealed who you are. You dumb feminists. You stupid man-haters. And we already know that. Now, hopefully what fans can do nowadays is, look, if they show you who they are, believe them. Like the snippet from She-Hulk when she was nagging at Bruce Banner about, you know, being able to deal with anger. That was all we needed. We should just like, yep, this show is going to be garbage. Let's not watch it. That's what we fans need to do from now on. I know reviews are entertaining, and sometimes they do come in handy, but it would be better to try to avoid this mess like a plague. Alright folks, that's all for now. Thank you all for still subscribing to my page, even though I told y'all not to do that because I'm not really reliable when it's coming to uploading. But still, I appreciate you very much. And I will talk to you all soon.